Penguin Random House presents Nagme, Kisse, Baatein, Yaadein. The life and lyrics of Anand Bakshi by Rakesh Anand Bakshi. Read by Dev J. Haldar. वो होते हैं किस्मत वाले जिनकी मां होती है. Anand Prakash Bakshi. To our mother, to his Maji, and to all his fans and listeners, Bakshis, Dutts, Balis, Soods, and Mehras. Forward by Salim Khan. When a child is born in India, the parents not only give him an appropriate name according to his star sign, but also get his destiny chart prepared by an astrologer. This is no ordinary custom, as it could be an image and reflection of a lifetime. Some people who believe in superstitions select weak or inappropriate names for their children. I have known some rich people who have given their children names that mean the opposite of their actual financial status and character. And I also know of poor people who gave their children names that signify immense wealth. But some people prove in their lifetime that they were rightly named. A child born in a tiny village in Punjab was named Anand, happiness, Bakshi, to gift, by his parents, and all his life this poet gifted happiness to millions of his listeners. He was gifted with the talent of writing poetry that enthralled people throughout his professional span of more than 50 years in a life that lasted 72 years. Very few people are as fortunate and as gifted to be able to fulfill their destiny on earth with such flair and style as the late Anand Bakshi. Around the time of Indian independence, very few socialist poets wrote film songs like Josh Malihabadi, Sahir Ludhianvi, Kaifi Azmi, Shailendra. The poets of that period were imbued with the colors of Indian nationalism, and they were politically colored too, the effect of which we heard in their film songs. There's nothing wrong in being attached to the politics of the state or believing in a particular ideology. Every poet has a right to his or her beliefs and convictions. All these above-mentioned poets have written wonderful songs. Yet, Anand Bakshi was never influenced by or attached to any socialist or political ideologies. He was first and foremost a film songwriter who was completely immersed in, just as his writings emerged from, the characters and the narrative of the film he was working on. He didn't have and aspire for fame in the world of poetry, but he was among the very best in the world of film songs. His success in writing film songs could make one feel that he took birth only to fulfill his destiny of being one of the best lyricists. In that period, there already were great established poets around, like Shailendra, Raja Mehdi Ali Khan, Prem Dhawan, and others. There was no opportunity, and no one could stand against these giants, especially a meager soldier with poetic ambitions. The many famous music composers of that time already had their favorite poets and songwriters they were happy working with. So there was no scope of Anand Bakshi breaking through, especially with other good poets like Indivar and Anjan, waiting in the wings much before Anand Bakshi arrived on the scene with his pen and paper. But it was his courage that made Anand Bakshi jump straight into the fiery sea of competition where much bigger sea already ruled the waves. Anand Bakshi had a great sense of humor and musical acumen, and he even had the gift of capturing and expressing deep philosophical ideas using few and simple words. Slowly but gradually, he began to receive work or write film songs. When Anand Bakshi was knocking on the doors of success, there appeared on the horizon the rising sun of Lakshmikant Pyarelal. The musical duo and geniuses recognized the talent in Anand Bakshi and soon made him their favorite and preferred lyricist. The triangle of Anand Bakshi, Lakshmikant and Pyarelal rewrote the history of Hindi film songs. With nearly 303 films they did together. He also made a great pair with R.D. Burman, 99 films. Bakshi was a very simple, unpretentious and sincere man. He had a phobia of air travel and of enclosed lifts of high-rise buildings. The claustrophobic lifts made him fear having to meet workmates or friends who worked or lived in high-rises. But he climbed high on the steps of life and reached the pinnacle of success, passing every step on the strength of his talents. He was not one who would have used any sort of machine other than his own talent to rise high in this world. It was the culture of his village in Punjab that beat in his simple heart. That's why he never found himself lost in the mega dream city of Bombay, nor was he ever affected by the fact that the path to his dreams was but a jungle of illusions and obstacles. His simplicity and humility was his strength that kept his head above water, even when he tasted success consistently year after year. His humility was also the very bridge that helped him cross over from his urban and NRI fan base into the hearts of the people of the heartland, his rural listeners. He forged ties with both the hearts and the minds of his listeners all over by using simple and everyday words carrying the deepest philosophical meanings. His simplicity was so sincere that he would often invite himself to my home by saying, "Because you live on the first floor, and one does not need to travel by lift to reach your home, and since your beloved wife Salma cooks the most delicious meals, I am coming over for a meal at your home tonight." In show business, I have experienced that most celebrities and people hide their true intentions. Their hearts don't reflect what they say. But Bakshi wasn't like that. He was unique in this sense. He achieved much fame through his writing, which he earned via his life's varied experiences. He firmly believed that at every moment life is offering you lessons, but because we are preoccupied with our material and physical goals, overwhelmed by our ambitions and challenges, we are unable to absorb the valuable lessons life offers us alongside. We have cut short the antennae that helps us pick up these signals and lessons of life, and thus we do not recognize the teachings of Mother Nature. Life's lessons are imprinted in the very grains of sand that we leave our footprints on, but sadly, we blind ourselves to them. This lesson that Bakshi taught me reminds me of an incident from a film I wrote, Naam. The protagonist in my story has migrated to a foreign land to earn a better living for his family, but he gets trapped in the illusion of ambitions. He suddenly remembers his mother, and now he badly misses the love of his family back home. Bakshi understood the pain and suffering of this protagonist so well, and he expressed himself in a most popular song on the strength of which the film did a roaring business. The song was "Chitti Aayi Hai, Watan Se Chitti Aayi Hai." A letter from home has arrived, a memory of love has arrived. When he was on his deathbed in the hospital, Bakshi wrote a song for Subhash Ghai for a yet-to-release film titled Majnu. I was awestruck by the depth of the lyrics when I heard them. It also amazed me that he wrote the song in illness, just before death arrived knocking at his door. I believe he wrote because writing was not only his religion, but his breath, his mission for the cycle of life and death, much beyond his destiny. There have been many poets who were much better than him, but he was supreme among the songwriters. He passed away on 30th March 2002, having written, since 1957, more than 650 films and 3,500 film songs. He wrote songs for every occasion and relationship of life, even though he could never manage to complete his schooling. Bakshi was a star. He became a legend, and legends never die. He lives on in his songs and in our hearts. A note by the family. This book about our father, lyricist Anand Bakshi, is seeing the light of day after 19 years of his passing. My siblings, Rajesh and Kavita.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?